Good afternoon everybody and welcome to the Potters Resorts 2022 World Indoor Bowls Championships live from Hopton-on-Sea. Coming up next is another World Open singles game. It's Nick Brett, our world number one, taking on our American qualifier of Loren, Dion. Let's have a sneak look at what's coming for the rest of today. Following this game around about 3:30 is Alex Marshall, MBE, taking on the Irish qualifier Mark McPeak, and into the evening session at 7:30 is Greg Harlow facing Danny Dennison. So our match officials for this game, our marker is Mike Davies, our umpire is Neil Bryce, and on the shot clock is Francis Fletcher. Well, let's get the show on the road and go live to the portable rink and join our MC for today, Mr. Johnny Laff.
Oh, thank you, Jason. Well, our first player this afternoon is a former national singles runner-up. He is a bronze medalist in both the Hong Kong singles and the Asian Pacific Triples Championship. From the USA, please welcome Loren Dion. His opponent this afternoon has numerous national trophies to his name. He's a former Scottish and International Open champion, as well as a World Mixed Pairs, 2 times World Pairs, and a former World Singles title holder. Ladies and gentlemen, ranked number 1 in the world. Put your hands together for Nick Brett. Jason Parkinson.
Well, thank you very much, Johnny. Once again, everybody, very good afternoon to you all. Welcome to the Potters Resorts World Indoor Championships. Joining me in commentary today, live from his house, is the voice of bowls for many years, Mr. David Rees-Jones. Good afternoon, David.
Jason, and it's a great pleasure to be with you on this occasion.
Trust me, the pleasure's all ours, David. Thank you. Interesting game ahead for us this afternoon, David.
Well, yes, indeed. I don't know a great deal about Loren Dion, but I know a great deal about Nicky Brett. Now, Nicky Brett would be everyone's favourite, I suppose, the man in red, to win this match and progress to the second round. But the qualifiers have been doing particularly well this year, and who knows, this man, Loren Dion, might surprise us all.
Yes, you're right. The qualifiers are really playing top form bowls this year. If you have just joined us, welcome. It is sets format. Notice we have an awful lot of new players joining us this year, so that's great to see. Great for the sport. Sets format, 2 sets of 9 ends. And then if we can't split the players, we have a little 3-end tie break.
Dream start for Nicky Brett here. A toucher with his opening delivery. Loren's not far away. Very consistent.
Yep, a very good start. 4 decent bowls. The players in this session obviously get a 20-minute practice. Then they just come off for a quick 10-minute break. And then we go straight into it. Well, rest that red bowl will be very good. Sit back. Just found the port.
Both players found their rhythm very, very early here. It augurs well for a very close game. Look at this. Great play.
Yeah, there's a bit more of a brave shot on for Loren should he wish to play it. It's quite a wide target.
It's with his last bowl, though, he doesn't want to take too much of a risk. He could go 3 down. He's only 2 down at the moment, we think. And then it might give Nick a very good chance to make 4. Good chance for 4 here for Nick if he can pick the jack up and just move it a fraction. But that backhand, Jason, seems to be rather difficult to play.
Yes, it's very small margins this year. You know, just a bowl or 2 tight and you can be very quickly going 4 feet under the head. Makes you look a bit silly at times.
That's what bowls are all about, though, isn't it? It's adjusting to whatever the conditions there are. And this rink is very, very playable, it seems. One or 2 little quirks like that, but generally it's like a billiard table or snooker table.
Yep, has the normal same characteristics from year to year. And this year just seems to be playing a little bit more alien than normal. Why that is, no one knows really.
When you see people playing this well on this carpet, though, there can't be very much wrong with it. And we've seen some cracking matches already. The game in which Catherine Redknapp beat Mark Royal was a classic of great drawing play. And Ken Chan, didn't he play well for Hong Kong?
Yep, he certainly did. Played exceptional. Well, still a bit of room
on the second end.
Yep, left him a little bit of room. Of course, Loren playing out of the United States, out of the California side of the United States, obviously plays outdoor bowls. They don't have an indoor bowls facility, so this will take a little bit of getting used to.
Yes, he lives in Carpinteria, on the coast, a few miles down from Santa Barbara, where he plays his bowls.
How far through is I on my last one, Mike?
1 yard.
Thank you.
Plenty of room. Just a draw.
Yep, just not making the trip.
He's not nailing it, but has he got shot there, Jason?
Certainly a lot closer now, it's fallen over.
Go for a shot now.
In favor, anyone?
Ooh, possibly last ball.
Thank you.
Very close.
Close for shot, apparently,
Yes.
according to the marker, Mike Davis.
Plenty of
This is
balls to
better.
sit.
Oh, just running. Loren Dion there, just making sure he was reaching and found the gap. It'll be a measure of a shot, I think.
One shot, Nick Brett. Set score 3-0 after 2 ends.
Yep, 3-0. So Nicky's bowl just falling over at the end there was enough.
Jack length 25.5 meters.
Junior champion in all 3 codes. That was in 1998. And he's never looked back.
Yeah, certainly been playing top level.
Made his international debut in the year 2000. Been in and out of the outdoor team, but he's been pretty regular indoors. And he's waiting to know whether he's been picked in England's Commonwealth Games team.
Well, Loren didn't like that. He knew straight away as soon as he let go of that bowl.
Yes, his body language was all, "Can I have that back, please?"
Three red.
Still room. Now, is that any better?
Well, the line's very good. It's all on the pace.
This looks better too. Oh, what a relief. One in there, but Nicky will have his mind on removing it, I guess. Quite a bit of weight. Oh. If he'd missed the front, he wasn't far away.
Yeah, nice free draw now for Loren. Something very similar.
No real danger. Backhand draw. Just a repeat of his previous delivery.
He's a couple of balls wider than his previous bowl, but if it's good pace, it will come all the way back. Just slightly overplayed.
Oh, almost
One shot,
right.
Loren Dion.
Makes his duck. Get on the
Set score
scoreboard.
3-1 after 3 ends.
So Loren will just now play a length where he's been practicing pretty well.
Jack length 24.5 meters.
Loren says he's been playing bowls since he was 8. Took up the game because his father played, grandfather played, and even his great-grandfather played. Bowls really is a family game. It's probably the only game you can play, the physical outdoor game you can play with or against your great-grandparents on equal terms, Jason.
Yes, definitely agree there with you. It's good to have someone to learn from. I know my grandparents used to take me onto the bowling green when I was a lot younger. My mum and dad not necessarily interested, but my grandparents used to let me go and have a throw at Stanley Park.
2.5 inches past Jack high.
And the good thing about, like you say, David, age or disability doesn't come into it. You know, it's just about getting bowls close. It doesn't matter how you get them there. It's a very level playing field, and that's what I really love about the sport. It's very inclusive.
And the Sports Council used to have a motto, sport for all, and no sport encompasses that better than bowls. It really is a sport for all. You can play on equal terms, men and women, old and young, able-bodied and disabled.
2 red.
So a little bit of trouble here. Nick's just line 2. It's not an easy target. There is a little port he can just get through.
18 inches.
Can draw down to this forehand to the nearest bowl, I think is the best option.
I think his best bet is trying to draw, because he needs to find his weight. Very good on the first end. His weight has deserted him a little since then.
Well, just having a look at this, but I'd just stick to the forehand draw, try and get to the shot bowl, sit back for shot. There's a brave shot on if he wanted to try and remove the 2 red bowls. There's a little bit of danger in that. Yeah, just looking at, just playing slightly better pace. Needs to bend now.
And normally we'd say that's a good place behind the jack, but he's run out of ammunition now, so it's Nicky holding 2. Can he make it 3? Struggling a little.
2 shots, Nick Brett. Set score 5-1 after 4 ends.
Can see Loren's family and friends tuning in from California. Well, a very good morning to you all. It must be very early there. Must be 6:15ish in the morning. Morning to you all. Thanks for tuning in to support America here.
Jack blank 25.5 meters.
See Neil Furman on. Hope you're well, mate. Well, again, Nick's just given Loren a chance with his first bowl. Needs to just start taking these chances. Doesn't give you many chances, Nick Brett. Well, again, another chance.
Yes, I feel that Loren needed to nail it there if he could, because Nick has given him 2 chances at this.
One green.
Wow. And the Americans step in and take advantage here. Good line. Can he run it?
No, he's just pulling up. Bit of a loose end from both players this end. Nick will just try and negotiate the front bowl. Decent pace, will get back to centre rink. Yeah, that'll be enough.
Just enough. Now what does Loren do? Always a
One red.
choice of shot, isn't there, Jason? Is the draw, the trail, the reaching bowl, the drive.
I'm out.
Timeout code.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Loren's game to know, what his strengths are. Is he a heavy drive player, or does he prefer the timing shots? I'm sure as this game gets further into this set, then we'll understand a little bit more.
Well, I understand he does play third and skip in the American teams at international level, so he ought to be able to put a firm bowl. This is good if it runs, and it will.
One
Awful
shot, Loren
wasn't it?
Dion.
Gave him a single, keeps him still alive in
Set
this
score
first set.
5-2 after 5 ends.
5-2.
Loren has 4 timeouts remaining. Jack length 24 meters.
Loren's delivery is a little unusual in that his back foot comes off the mat very quickly. This is a good start.
Well, 2 decent opening bowls there from Loren Dion. Nick will just look to get into at least his back green bowl. If he sits that, he'll be guaranteed the shot. Might be enough for second.
One green.
And the way that is playing, you've got to ask if he'd fully recovered from the injury that kept him out of last year's championships. Although he does say he's been playing quite well prior to these championships.
Yeah, he's been playing quite a bit of bowls. You know, he said to start with it was just about getting that strength back because he'd not used it. But yeah, I don't think that injury will be affecting him. I think it's just carpet pace at the moment. He'll be just looking just to fall on the pace of the carpet. As you know, David, it changes from game to game. It just depends how hot the auditorium is and how many of the crowd are in. Obviously, they're still just returning from lunch at the moment. Nearly.
Yes, temperature and humidity can all come into play. And I remember some of the top players at the Preston Guildhall saying, "Oh, didn't that carpet change once they opened the double doors at the end of the stadium?"
Well, the shot clock's just ticking down there. He needs to be aware of this clock.
Plenty of time.
2 seconds, never worried. Well, he can just get to his own bowl.
Very good effort.
2 green.
This just needs to hold up.
And you have the last laugh. He's not going to hold. He's swinging away.
2 shot, Loren Dion. Set score 5-4 after 6 ends.
So 3 hands to play, and anybody set. 1 shot separating them at the moment.
Well, bringing the mat up the green. Ken Chan was playing this kind of tactic in the previous game, just bringing the mat up
Length
slightly.
24.5 meters.
It's a reminder that 23 meters is the minimum length. Missed his line. Oh.
How short was my last ball, Mike?
It was 2 feet before it was hit.
Good answer from Mike Davis there. Loren asking how far short the bowl was, and he said it was 2 feet short before it was hit. And that's really what he wanted to know, I suppose. So persevering with this forehand.
Yeah, he's underneath. He's well played.
Yeah. Very good adjustment from Nick Brett there. Nicky won this title in 2016 and was runner-up in 2020.
Well, Loren, one down. Definitely 2 seconds.
One red.
Just wondering whether he might be just tempted just to reach this. This needs to bend quickly on that wide line with pace.
Well, I think, Jason, that's an indication of how difficult that sort of shot is. It's perfect length to trail the jack for 3 shots, and yet it just didn't want to come back.
No, it sometimes sucks you into playing it, because on any other green you'd play that shot easily. I just thought he may have just gone for Nicky's ball.
One shot,
you
Nick
know,
Brett.
he was lying 2 seconds, definitely 3. Would have forced
Set
Nicky to
score
draw.
6-4 after 7 ends.
Well, what happened to Nick's last bowl there? 2 or 3 meters short. With no danger at all. He should have made it 2 shots. He might regret that.
Jack length 28 meters.
I was just thinking, Jason, that this event, the World Championships, has got a long history, right back to 1979 with near Glasgow. And then since then, it moved to Alexandra Palace for 1 year, then on to the Preston Guildhall. And then in 1999, it moved to Potters. So it's been at Potters for longer than it's been at all the other venues. So Potters is now really established as the home of bowls.
Yes, and what a fantastic home it is as well, David. First time I ever saw it was at Preston Guildhall, being a Blackpool lad. Good opening bowls.
2 red.
It's the head developing this time. They opened with a very, very close end of bowls, but since then, play has been rather loose.
Well, anything solid. Lucky. Good second though.
Very unlucky. Loren then leading the applause for Nick Brett's accuracy. And that's something that bowls is known for, the sportsmanship that abounds in this sport. Using up almost all of his time again. Loren just getting in before the guillotine fell. Something's wrong with this.
Yeah, I just feel like he needed to reach with that ball. It's 2 seconds. I think he might just need to start being a little bit more positive, I think. There's a couple of options there. Even down the forehand, he could have played, either of his bowls onto it. Anything but short, really.
Yes, I was looking at that forehand option myself.
needs to win this end ideally to give himself a fighting chance in the last one. So I think he needs to be a bit more aggressive.
I don't think we can give him that one. It's still 2 to red.
Yeah, I favour 2, but I think it's one of those ends where you need to think, well, I need to go for it or die here. You know, I think that green bowl, if he could play that green bowl straight onto the split, that would get in the shot.
Yes, it's not ideal because he doesn't have any back bowls, but it's quite a good percentage shot into the front green bowls to push them in.
Yeah, if you play enough pace, you could do anything here. You could open the head up and then follow through. Just not quick enough. Played the hard pace.
Is it just 2?
Always hard to tell with the angle.
Two shots, Nick Brett. Set score 8-4 after 8 ends. Loren has 3 timeouts remaining.
And the score being 8-4 with just one end to play means that Loren needs a full house to tie the set. Nick sitting pretty at the moment. But still looking for that killer opening delivery.
Oh, great ball.
Perfect adjustment on his opening delivery. Good ball.
1 red.
Oh, we won't be too displeased with that. Remember, he's got to score 4, Loren, to tie the set. And the way that lies, the red ball could go out. I think he needs another one in there. Won't be short. Ah.
Well, there's a chance. It's not an easy chance. You just can't see too much of that plant, but put one somewhere in the area, give yourself a bit of a target or something to work off. Something to the left-hand side of it would be very good. Doesn't want to be short.
Oh dear. Yes, that's the last thing he wanted. He decided against playing the shot, because he didn't want to lose his bowl. Another one in the head would have been ideal. He might have had a set tying shot with his final delivery, but Nick is home and dry in this set now. No way is there a full house available for the American.
No.
Wait and hope.
Yeah, that's all it was really, David. But it's going to be one
One
shot
shot,
to
first
Nick
set,
Brett.
Nick Brett.
He's going to take this first set 9 shots to 4.
Loren has been playing since he was 8 years old. He's a bit cagey about his age in his profile.
Check length, 25.5 metres.
Until the 22nd of January. He doesn't say which year.
1980. I'll give the game away, David. Yeah, I can see his 2 children watching on. Say good morning to you, Lainey and Kira. Tune in to watch your dad. I'm sure you're shouting at the telly at him. Now that's the start you want.
Nick has 2 children too, and 2 daughters, both very talented dancers, Loren and Chloe. And Chloe's a pretty useful bowler too.
Best in the family, she tells me.
I'm not sure whether Loren has taken up the sport or not, but Chloe is certainly one to watch. Well, suddenly they both found line and length.
Well, Nick wants to just get right round this. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh, you won't see better bowls than that. Loren trying to smile.
That's all you can do. I thought he may have just attacked that and just tried to open it up, play a bit of a hit and recover shot.
Well, I think that's what he was trying, of course, but it's so difficult with that sort of the weight he chose to play it. More weight would have been the answer. More weight now, though, and the jack goes off the rink or into the ditch, and he's got position, so he can afford to play a lot of weight this time. Changed his hand. He's on target, surely. Oh, that's desperately bad luck.
That's why I thought he just may have gone straight for it, David. I think if he made any contact, because he wasn't sure where the jack was going, he needed as much movement as possible on that jack.
A very good shot played. He was on target, and now it's Nick Brett looking as if he might come away from this first end with a full house of 4 shots. anywhere within a yard. That'll do.
Yeah, it's a bit unlucky there. You know, his first two bowls were
4-0
six
first end.
inches from the jack. You know, he hit the target with his fourth bowl and still dropped to 4.
Jack length 27 meters.
Nick has a tremendous record indoors in England. Although, funnily enough, he's never won the English singles indoors. He was runner-up in 2004. But he's won the pairs 4 times, the triples 3 times, and the fours 3 times. That really is an outstanding record.
Yeah, not too bad, that, is it? He actually,
One red.
Nicky actually won the indoor singles this year, David.
Oh, of course, yes, of course. And that, I believe, it was called the 2020 championship, was it?
Yeah.
It was a delayed finals, wasn't it? Yes.
Yes, that's right. It was the delayed finals. Beat Matty Wires in the final there. It was a good game. I remember watching that on the streaming.
That means he's won all 4 disciplines in the English Indoor Bowlers Association.
Still just one?
Still one, yes.
And how far through is my last bowl?
Last bowl is 3 feet.
Not a bad bowl played on this end. They're all there or thereabouts. But nothing nailing it.
The back red bowl of Nick Brett's, I think, will be the target. Needs to throw the anchor out.
It makes 2 shots. Yeah, the idea was there.
One
Jason.
shot, Nick Brett. Set score 5-0 after 2 ends.
Yeah, just ever so slightly overplayed. A bit less weighted than would have had the chance to get back down to the jack as a second prize. The ball solid was the main objective there, just to sit it away, make a double out of it. Still plenty of ends left for Loren.
Jack length 27 meters.
Nick's won the last 5 ends, so be keen to get this jack off Nick and just try something completely different.
trouble for Loren is that you can expect a man like Nick to get better and better as the game goes on.
Oh, brilliant. Fantastic shot. Well, ball played again. Two great balls
Two green.
from Loren.
I think it's only one. It's one in a measure. I don't want to go too close.
And is his ball in front or behind?
It's about an inch and a half short of Jack High.
Well, he's electing just to stick with his backhand. He's played two good balls down it. Just looking to get inside Nick's. Anything inside edge is good. Doesn't want anything top side. Certainly underneath it with this one. Now just needs to run. Well, closes that out for Nick.
Nick balls delivered, all of them within foot of the jack. Good play.
Timeout call. Nick has 4 timeouts remaining.
Loren just asking how many timeouts he's got left. I make it 3 from my card.
I think it could be 2. It's very close.
Just asking Mike Davis his opinion. It is just that, an opinion. When a marker gives an answer, they are very good on the World Bowls Tour, our officials.
Actually, Mike Davis was telling me that this is his 22nd year here at Potters.
Part of the furniture now.
Yes, he certainly knows his stuff.
He was lucky he didn't get to the jack with that pace. So it's going to be 1 and a measure.
Umpire, please.
And the first thing that the officials do is to chalk the balls in contention to make sure they don't topple.
1 green and a measure.
in the process of measuring.
Yeah, a lot of people ask on the stream, I see the questions pop up every now and again saying, why did they not chock the jack? Well, the general consensus is by attempting to wedge a jack, because obviously it's spherical, you have more chance of actually moving the jack attempting to chock it.
Yes.
I've seen in Australia, and you've probably seen them more than me, David, they have this kind of like a device that goes over the top of the jack and then goes out. It's a funny looking thing.
Yes,
One
I'm
shot,
not
Loren
sure that I
Dion.
like that very much.
Set score 5-1 after 3 ends.
Kind of gets screwed in, doesn't it, on the top, and then it goes out. It's bizarre.
Yes, I'm sure that the makers of it and the users of it could make a good case for it, but they, a lot of people say, why don't they have a laser in these days of high tech?
Jack length 29
And
meters.
he did introduce a sonic measure at one stage, and it appeared at the World Championships in Aberdeen in 1984, and at 20 all in the singles final between Willie Wood and Peter Bellis. It was 20 all and a measure per shot per game. And they brought the sonic measure on, put it in between the ball and the jack, and it wouldn't work. The battery had gone flat. There was nothing wrong with the measure itself, but the battery was down. So they put it on one side and use conventional measuring. And that was the
2.5 feet.
debut of the sonic measure, but it was also the last time I've seen it used because it was such bad PR for the device. Nobody wanted to touch one again. I've actually got one on my shelf at home, you know. There's a museum out there that would like to make an offer for it.
I don't think they'll be offering much. Do you charge extra for the batteries? Well, this isn't the start Loren would have wanted to his own jack.
And Nicky taking control now. The dough, second. Perhaps I should mention that when the measure was actually effected, it was Peter Bellis who won the measure, the New Zealander who beat Willie Wood in Scotland in the World Championships. Without the goals, of course.
He was a very tall chap, Peter Bellis, wasn't he? He was huge.
2 red.
Yes, and he used to fire in a frightening manner. The blockbuster balls used to fizz on the ring, and he actually did some damage to a few people who were too slow to get out of the way. Last ball of the end. Nicky looking to make it 3 shots. Can he run?
2 shots,
Just a
Nick
little
red.
bit careful.
Set score 7-1 after 4 ends.
A couple of times Nick Brett has failed to put his last bowl in the count, but with the scoreline as it
Jack length
is,
27
I don't
meters.
think too worried about that. 9-4, 7-1. Possible 5 ends yet to play. We talked earlier about the start of the World Championships up in Coatbridge. That was in 1979, and my old friend and colleague David Bryant was the winner of the title for the first 3 years. And, 1987, last year it was held in Coatbridge. Tony Alcock, who commentated on the last match here, defeated David Bryant before the event went down to Alexander Parrott.
2 green.
Two bowlers I've just mentioned, Tony Alcock and David Bryant. What a partnership that was. Possibly the best bowling pair ever. Although I'm absolutely sure that there are some Scots watching who would say that Paul Foster and Alex Marshall would deserve that title.
Well, Loren's just had a quick look at this. Just needs to keep his eye on the clock at the end of the ring. Yeah, I'm going to say I was leaving that just a little bit too close for comfort. Well, the length was very good, just a bowl tight, that's all.
Two red.
Perfect bowler, adding to the score and yet not widening the target. Perfect. Just a draw here, I guess, Jason.
Yeah, there's not a lot on. Hasn't got much position. He's in a bit of trouble, really. 7-1 down, couple down. Wants to get just between the two red bowls. Sits on the back bowl and falls. It'd be good. He's just skirting by, though.
Two
Perfect
shots,
line.
hit Brett.
A little bit overweight.
Set score 9-1 after 5 ends. Loren has 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, as far as Loren Dion is concerned, the mounting to climb is getting higher and higher. He's 8 shots down.
Check length,
4 ends to
26.5
play in the set,
meters.
and it's a set which he must win in order to keep his hopes alive. Talking of Marshall and Foster, it's Alex Marshall who holds the record of world titles. 6 world singles titles, all of them won here at Potters. 6 pairs titles, 3 mixed pairs titles.
One red.
14 world titles for Alex Marshall here at Potters. And he's on next for those people who can't get enough of this bowls. Alex Marshall playing the Irish qualifier, Mark McPeak, in the very next match.
Which one's the shot ball, please?
Again, just scratching around for a decent pace, Loren. Nick will look at just trying to close the end out. And a slight touch on the jack will be a bonus for Nick.
That's what he's after. Can he run it? Loren's downfall has been his short bowls. A lot of his bowls have finished short of the jack, which reduces his options when it comes to playing final delivery. He's got them through this time, and if he trails the jack through, then he can score 2. It's a big ask.
Well, it's not far away.
Lots of weight.
Lucky, still 1 to red.
One shot, Nick Brett. Set score 10-1 after 6 ends.
Certainly chances there for Loren Dion. It's a percentage shot. He could have got the shot in so many different ways, but not today.
Check length 26.5 meters.
The gap even bigger now, 9 shots the difference. Loren Dion needs 3 threes to tie the set, and that would not be enough, because Nicky Brett won the first set, 9-4. Looks good. Oh. Not good enough.
Well, Nick's down to this again.
How far through is my first one, Mike?
It's just over 2 feet.
For those who haven't done the maths, just 1 shot to Loren Dion on this end would not be enough to make the last 2 ends necessary.
One green.
Well, just hanging on there, Loren. Wants to follow Nicky's down. Get to Nicky's bowl, get another shot, also cover the trail. Like you say, David, he needs a 2 minimum. Not far away. Not far away. Something solid. Oh, he's been unlucky, I think.
Yes. Things not going his way today, are they?
No, I think sometimes when you are struggling a little bit, you get that little bit of bad fortune as well, don't you? Anything solid would have been good for him.
It's just one line.
Nicky's given him another chance.
Yeah, I think only favour one.
So, line 1 needs to draw another with this ball to stay in these championships.
Mike Davis offering his opinion that it's probably only one at the moment. A touch on the jack could make 3 for the American.
Not far away from the jack. Wants to stop.
Oh, that's cruel. That really is cruel. Missed the jack by a millimetre. A touch on it would have meant 3 shots. As it is, I think you'd have to be happy with 1. Oh, look, that's fallen in. That may have fallen into the count and made another unnecessary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, 2 shots. We then continue.
2 shots, Loren Dion.
Okay.
Set score 10-3 after 7 ends.
It's an interesting thing that, David, the ball falling in. A lot of people like, obviously there is this rule where you get 30 seconds to allow for the ball to fall. So once it comes to a stand, but you have to ask for that 30 seconds. You know, you don't just get it automatically. So, you know, Nick could have said to Mike, can I have the 30 seconds? Then Mike would obviously time the 30 seconds. At the end of that 30 seconds, the ball would be chucked. People just think it's
24
an automatic thing and forget to ask for it.
As it happens, I think the 30 seconds had not elapsed when the ball fell anyway.
No.
So Loren Dion was well worth that. There was 2 shots.
Well,
30 seconds, of course, would be time after the last bowl of the end comes to rest.
So 2 full houses needed now by Loren. 2 fours.
I expect it's been done. Although I've not seen it done myself. I've watched quite a bit of bowls in my time.
I think when we had an interview between ourselves a while ago, I think you said you've been involved with bowls. Did you say 9 decades? 8 decades?
Well, that's right. Yes, yes. It makes me sound older than I actually am. But I was born in 1942. You can work out my age for yourself. But that means I've played bowls before the 40s were out. That's 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, and 10s, and now the 20s. 9 decades. Talk about the 7 ages of man. That's the 9 decades of bowls, as far as I'm concerned.
One
I was
green.
just having a look at this. It needs a 4. Now, the trouble is he needs a drag on the jack, but then he can't drag the jack and move Nick's bowls. I think he's going to need a bit of a miracle here, I think.
Timeout called.
But he finished the first set with a hit and hope, and I think he'll probably do the same again. I honestly, I'm with you. I can't see any way at all he can make 4 shots. And even if he did, Nick's got another bowl left, which he can save. Well, he's playing up to it, but he's not exactly hitting.
Just ever so slightly wide.
One shot, Loren Dion.
So that's going to be 1 shot to Loren Dion of the United States. But Nicky Brett will take that second set 10-4. So a great start for the world number 1 against the United States qualifier, taking that game 9-4, 10-4. Let's have a quick look. Well, we're going to have a quick 10-15 minutes break. And next up will be Alex Marshall, MBE, taking on the Belfast qualifier of Mark McPeak. And this evening games is an all-England affair. It is going to be Greg Harlow and Danny Dennison. Back with you in 15 minutes. Bye-bye for now.